tuning in to this reality that we're moving towards in our world, which is one where we can all make money living in whatever reality we want, right? And I just want you to stick around and hear what I have to say here. If you're somebody watching this and you're like, I just want to make money by existing, I just want to be able to exist, frolic around, be a fairy, or be whatever, do nothing and make money, and you're like, but that's just not possible. We don't live in that world. Like, the reality we live in is not that. Well, let me tell you something, okay? The reality that I can see, that I can tune into and see for a future of our world is where that's possible. That is where we are moving to. And why do I know that? Why do I know that? Am I saying that because I'm just being delusional? No, I'm not delusional when I say that. There's a feminine awakening on the planet, meaning the rise of the feminine, this energy of receptivity, of joy, of alignment, of pleasure, of freedom, of ecstasy, of beauty and ease. And surrender. That's the feminine, right? That is rising on our globe. I think we're all aware because we've lived in a patriarchal world. When you hear that word patriarchy, patriarchal, what it really means is like, look at it, right? Look at the world that we live in. We live in a world where we've been conditioned as beings, as robots really, let's be real, to believe that we have to suffer in order to live. We have to suffer in order to make money. We have to suffer in order to survive. We have to use our logical brain and abandon all form of pleasure, all form of just receiving from life, right? Just being in that ecstatic bliss, which is the feminine. And, you know, women, we feel this on a deep level within our bodies. It's a lot of what we're working through right now, but men as well. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. Every single person in the collective is feeling this. I have chills. Every single person is feeling this to a degree, to some degree in their life, because we are all trying to balance out the masculine and feminine energy within us to create that inner union, which is what inevitably, right? This is what happens when we all live in inner union with ourselves. We're balanced. Think about what that does to the world. Think about the harmony that is around this earth where we are all living in union within ourselves, right? We attract our soul family. We attract our soul friends. We live in harmony with the earth. We are in love with life, joy, and everything courses through us. Like, the animals are happy, we're happy. Everything on earth is happy because everything is in balance, right? And that just kind of goes hand in hand. Like, when we're in flow, when we're in balance in our individual life, that ripples out to our family life, to the collective, and to the earth at large. So that is where the earth is living in a harmonic world. And now, so this is where we're going to tie into why this is important to know for the future of our planet, okay? I'm somebody, I remember what ancient earth used to be like. I remember, when I say I remember, I just remember my past lives. I can see it, I can feel it. I remember what ancient earth was like before this patriarchal world was created, right? Because what a lot of the history books don't tell us, the history books do not tell us what happened past, 5,000-6,000 years ago. And a lot of what was here was a matriarchal society where the feminine was I shouldn't say in power, but really was like flourishing, right? The feminine was vibrant and she was alive, and women were leading because we knew that leading with our feminine created harmony in the world. It wasn't the sense of like, the opposite of the patriarchy where women were ruling over men. It was that we were in a harmonic world. And right now, as you're aware, in current day, a lot of the power is in the hands of men, is in the hands of people who is just doesn't have the best interest in mind for the earth, right? Like, so this is what the patriarchy has formed. It's formed this idea that we have to suffer, that we have to harm the earth, that we have to extract all the resources from this planet to get what we want, that we have to push, use our logical brain. And when we do this, when we exert all this energy, it runs us into the ground. And that is what is happening to humanity right now. We are running ourselves into the ground, okay? Like, we're literally doing that. You can look outside, everything that we're doing, the systems that are being created, or I shouldn't say being created, the ones that are crumbling, because there is going to be a stopping point to this. Stick with me here. And the people that are in power and all these I even see it, right, with like all the buildings that are being built and all the land that's being corrupted and taken and burned, right? You name it, look around. Earth is being eroded right now because humanity is losing their shit. Like, humanity is losing their shit and just causing chaos and harming the earth in every way. Now, this is going to come to a point where it stops, right? Like, it can't happen forever because Earth herself will kick humanity off if that happens. Now, what's happening is humanity right now is going through a whole reboot, recharge. We're learning how to not do that anymore to the Earth. We're learning how to come back into harmony with ourselves, with that masculine and feminine energy. And so why this is going to tie into the whole point of this video around the future of this Earth and why we can create a life right now. I'm not even saying future, because I don't want you to think that it's a far out thing. Right now on Earth, we're leaving in a paradigm. When I say we're leaving a paradigm, I'm talking about current day 2025. We are exiting an old paradigm. Like it started ending in 2020, but it felt like it was beginning because people started making money online. You know, a lot of people, we talk about like the entrepreneurial world online, the digital nomad space, like a lot of people started making money online. So it felt like it was a brand new thing. It was actually the tipping point, the ending point of an old paradigm. And I have chills because it's something that has been crumbling for a long time. And now it's like, it's time to go. And it's not to say that any of the ways that people have created money or success online is bad. It's just, it's been from a very masculine way. And so people are starting to wake up. People like you and I are starting to wake up to realize there's a different way. There's a different way to make money. And when I tune into this, right, and why I say this is like, because this is all a channeled message that is coming through. It's like if you really, really tune into the most ideal form of making money for yourself or making a living or living your best life, your dream life, right? What would that look like? Because I'm going to just give you a little brief example of what that looks like for me. It looks like living on an island and supporting myself and my family and frolicking on the beach and having my community and people I can connect with and fly to and supporting the earth, supporting organizations. Like that's a brief overview of what that looks like for me, is like having that be an ideal life. Now to a normal person, you know, they'd be like, well, that's not possible. You need a lot of money to do that. You know, you need all the resources. You have to work really freaking hard to get there. You name it, right? All these beliefs. And these are all stories, right? These are all stories that are a part of the old masculine paradigm. And because we're moving into a feminine paradigm, and I shouldn't say even moving into, like it's here, it's now, it's happening, it's coursing through me, it's coursing through you if you're up to speed on this video. Like it's happening in all of us, but a lot of us are starting to question it and starting to like ask, well, I don't know, is it really that possible? Like, come on, like how? Like these people made success in this way. And this is the thing. This is where I get excited, right? Where I've cracked this code this morning is like the reason that we have a lot of these doubts. One, it's because these doubts live inside of us, right? We have these doubts because they're stories from childhood, from growing up. Maybe you watched a parent, you know, work really, really hard to make money and scrape by. So you had that belief in you that you have to work really hard to make money and prove your worth. That's one reason. Another reason is because we're watching a lot of people, as I said, online since 2020. And, you know, I should even say before that, like when the online world really started, probably like 2015 or something. People started making money online, but a lot of the times it was through a lot of effort. I shouldn't say everybody, not everybody. There's been like overnight sensations, you name it. But a lot of people have created businesses online that are still very, very masculine, right? This whole world of like, you know, work smarter, not harder. When we say work smarter, not harder, my brain immediately goes to like, well, smarter to that person is very logical. It's still very masculine. It's still very like, I think about like Amazon FBA, like drop shipping and Facebook ads. Like that's like my perception of what I've seen. Now you probably see it in other ways, like people doing stocks or you name it. Like, and again, I'm not saying everybody. There's a lot of people that are starting feminine businesses, but for me, I've seen that as a lot of people that have broken the matrix, broken this whole realm of making money. They're still doing it in a masculine way. They're still doing it in a way that is putting a lot of effort in, right? And a lot of time and hours. They're just maybe not at an office, they're at home on their computer grinding away. So I say that because for me, I had to realize, it's like, whoa, that's not bad, right? That's not bad at all. But a lot of these people were men that I've seen that are still doing it in a very masculine way. Now, when I think about my ideal way, because I've tried all those methods, didn't work for me. Didn't work because I hated it. My energy was like, nope, rejected it out of my field. Every course I invested in, everything I tried over the past many years, like just didn't work for me. And I always had this belief. I was like, it's because I just somehow don't believe in myself. I don't feel like I'm capable. I get scared and I run away. Although maybe that's like a little piece of it. I dissected this and realized, no, I'm not alone in this, and that those ways are not ways I want to do it. I don't want to make money in that way. I really, really don't. It feels so contractive. It feels so icky and gross for me, Katie, because I'm just not meant to do it that way. So if you feel that, I'm saying this in that if you feel that way, when you correlate your dream life, your dream vision for your life with how to make money, and these two things just seem a bit confusing because you're like, this seems beautiful, but if I have to get there doing it this way, like I don't want to do that, you know? Like, let me tell you now, you're correlating the wrong piece here, because there is a tie, there is a cord that goes to an area, I should say, stick with me, that is easeful, is aligned, is purposeful, is fun, is joyful. It's just that we have been conditioned to go on the hard route, to go on the way that feels grueling and taxing and painful and effortful and all the things, right? And again, not everybody, but I'm speaking to those that feel like they've been doing the path that doesn't feel the most aligned for them. Now there is a path to get to where you want to go that feels aligned, that feels beautiful, that feels regulating, that feels soft, that feels like receiving, because it is the feminine. So if you're watching this and you're like, I want to get there in a way that feels good, know, one, that you deserve that. Two, know, one, that you deserve that. That's the first and foremost thing, is like, you do deserve that. Every single one of us comes here deserving that. And the only reason why you would feel like you don't is because of a story that was imprinted in you from a young age. Or like I said, the outside world that we see right now. But this is where the juiciness is, okay? What we need to do to break that, because you're maybe like, how do I then like shift that and like not have these beliefs, right? There's a couple pieces here, but the first one is realizing this. It comes with basic manifestation, right? It's the idea that your external reality is not going to shift the minute that your internal reality does, right? We have to sometimes move throughout our life, stay in that sense of gratitude, stay in that sense of like trusting that our life is aligning, even when maybe we're still in a job we don't want to be in, or a life that we don't want to be in, or a place, right? Sometimes the physical, most of the time, will not catch up to what we've internally created or started believing. And so this is where you have to look at your external and say like, I'm not going to look at anybody. I'm not going to follow anybody's advice that doesn't align with my truth, that doesn't feel like it's in alignment with these new beliefs that I am starting to believe for myself. You know, Katie, okay, you're saying like, whoa, I can start to make money in a way that feels good. I can actually live a life where like, I'm just making money by living in a place that I love. Like, I'm supporting the earth, I'm supporting people, like, you know, whoa, like that's actually possible, right? Because it's just a belief. It's just a story that you're starting to imprint in your mind. But this is a thing, as I said, where people get a little bit mixed up here. And when they say like, oh, it's going to be a hard journey, it's not that it's hard. It's that it's going to require a lot of bravery, a lot of not getting swayed by your external, seeing things maybe not moving at the pace that you want them to move at, right? Or seeing things not changing the way that you want them to, or maybe your life shifting in ways that you didn't expect. But trusting and flowing with this and not getting caught up in the stress and the worry of it, but just flowing and knowing, again, you have claimed this. The minute you start to rewire these beliefs and you start to believe it, you might not fully believe it at face value, but through time, as you're starting to like say these things, say these words to yourself, and as you do this, you know, nurturing yourself, that part of you that maybe doesn't feel it's possible, and constantly, I'm telling you, hand on your heart, always nurturing yourself, being like, no, this is possible. The life that I want is actually possible. You know, I'm moving into a dream life that I've always envisioned, and always seeing that, right? Every day you see that from a regulated place, you envisioning that and trusting that. The more you do that, time will tell. Time will freaking tell. The universe will show you. The universe is in support of you. God will send you these things. It's not even a matter of sending you them. They're already in order. They're here. But again, the physical reality that you see in your external on an individual level and then on a collective level may seem like chaos, may seem like it's not actually shifting. And I say collective too, because again, we're living in this collapse reality right now where you might very well see a lot of darkness happening on the planet over the course of the next few years. But your life is destined to be beautiful. This is why you're not meant to get caught up in like the chaos that's going on outside of you. It's staying in the trusting mode. You can hold compassion, you can be aware, but not letting it affect you. Not saying, well, if that's happening, there's no way I'm going to be able to have this dream life living where I want if there's a war going on. You know what I mean? It's like, it's still knowing that yes, there is a lot of crumbling and suffering happening, but that cannot take away from your joy. That cannot take away from your existence, because these are just the next few years of crumbling. But I'm seeing a reality, I'm seeing a world where we're moving into where there is a lot of beauty on the other end of this, guys. Like, there's a lot of beauty. I have chills because it's not gonna be this way forever. Like, the crumbling will happen, the crumbling will occur, but it's a byproduct of the amount of light, of the amount of beauty, of the amount of feminine energy that is rising on this earth, that we are shifting into, that we are pulling into our beings, that we are radiating into the world. And as we do this, it's the same way, right? Think about it on an individual level, because everything's a mirror. When we do it individually, when we heal, when we purge, it's going to affect the external, just like the collective humanity is purging right now. But it's because you are up-leveling, you are heightening your growth. So in this stage 2, I should say, or phase of expansion and of really tuning into this dream life of yours, you may go through cycles or times where you feel on the other end like it's living hell. You might feel like, Katie, this isn't working because now my life's falling apart. You're purging out from your physical body, your cells, your DNA, your mental body, your auric field. You are purging out things that are not in alignment with your destiny, with your truth, with that dream life, okay? But it's not for you to get caught up in thinking that you're going backwards and fall back into the fear, because I've done this. Let me tell you, I've done this many times until I grew the awareness and realized, holy heck, it's just my nervous system catching up. calibrating and purging out what is not for me. So when you feel this, it's to feel it more. Yes, you can feel these emotions, let yourself feel nurtured, hold yourself through it. But I have found the key to this existence, the key to this reality is constantly just coming back to your heart and saying like, I love you so much. You're going to be just fine. I know you're feeling a hard time right now. I know it feels crazy and chaotic, but baby girl, baby boy, I love you. You've got this. Like, you are reparenting your inner child, or you are reparenting that part of you always, always, always till the day you die. And the more you can do that, you will never allow dark times, hard times to take hold of you and rip you out of that joy. Yes, you'll feel it. It'll be painful, but it'll be a time where you know it's for you. You know it's like serving a purpose versus letting yourself get swallowed up in it and like defeated from it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just feel like I need to come through with that. The feminine, she's rising in all of us, and there's a new paradigm, a new way that you and every single one of us is here to make money, and it is not one that we've ever seen before, because everything that we've seen before is suffering, it's pain. I should say we've seen it before, like long ago before the patriarchy, but current day, the people, every single human being on earth right now holds the memory of many years, hundreds of years of suffering, of brutal harm, of, you know, using money to manipulate people, you name it. Like, money has had this really, really dark aspect to it, but money itself is beautiful. We all deserve it. We all deserve to be living a beautiful life, because another thing, and then I'm going to close it out, is, you know, we're shifting as well the concept and the view of money. So money, again, we all see it, right, as this like hard thing. Not everyone, right, because a lot of people have healed from this, but the collective, the majority of people on earth sees money as like hard to come by, right? It's like evil, you name it. We're moving towards a world where money is like such a beautiful concept, where every single one of us is just like celebrating money. It's just like throwing money's everywhere, because it's so abundant, and we know that, right? And our souls know that, but our humans have to catch up. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to rewire our subconscious, nurture our nervous system in this process of realigning with the abundant aspect of us, the abundant soul that came here to remember the abundance that we deserve, and remember the dream life that we're here to create, and it's destined for you if you claim it and if you trust and you don't allow these thoughts or these people or the world at large to affect you, and you stay in that bubble of just certainty. No, I know it, you know, it might be some time, that's okay, it's fine, right? That certainty is what's going to keep you on your path and keep you towards your dreams. So I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you're new, and I hope to see you so soon.